I'm sitting down with Molly Wells. She is the owner of Equinessence and also Equine Relief Products. Molly, you do a lot of things. You're an educator, you're kind of equine sports therapy, and you also are an entrepreneur. So take us through your businesses and what you do here at Pink Buckle Events.
I am the owner of multiple divisions, both on the professional sports side and also in the equine sports industry. So I'm an equine sports therapist, and I also have developed my own products called Equine Relief Products. Through the equine sports therapy side, I'm an ATS certified equine and canine AccuScope therapist. I'm also an ATS certified instructor and an authorized dealer of the equipment.
Educate us more for people who are at home and watching, but they may not know what that therapy is or what it does. Tell us about that.
Okay, so it's called the Electro-AccuScope and MyoPulse Therapy System, and it's an FDA-approved microcurrent modality. And it has a biofeedback system, and the instruments that I utilize and I train people for are specifically calibrated for animal tissue. So with that FDA approval, it's approved for neuromuscular and musculoskeletal conditions, so everything from the nervous system, the muscular system, the skeletal system. Also pain management, so it's a non-invasive form of pain management. And when it's used properly, you'll see a minimum of a 50% accelerated recovery rate. So microcurrent is very beneficial because it's the amount of current that we produce naturally in our bodies. People produce microcurrent, and so do horses. So the difference is how our bodies actually function internally. So the calibration for animal tissue is very important to be able to have the most precise monitoring system, so the instruments can internally adjust and only deliver the amount of current that the horse is requiring at that time. And so it makes the treatment very advanced, with its technology that it utilizes, and it's been around for a very long time. The work that I do in professional sports with MLB and NFL players, I utilize human calibrated instruments and have developed my own training program and treatment program as well. So really understanding what equine athletes need, having a therapy system that will not overstimulate and will not damage the tissue is very important in our industry. So this is really a therapy system that allows elite equine athletes and horses of all levels really to receive the level of elite equine care that they deserve in athletic care and treatment. It's a very rewarding job because we have so many people in our industry that are trying to find ways to really provide the best care for their horses that they can. And I love being someone who people can trust and are comfortable and ultimately being able to provide care to the horses and see them respond so well. I treat horses where it's not only about the next run. I want them having a great career 3 and 5 and 10 years from now, because our industry puts so much money into our horses, and I want my client's dollar to go the furthest. I want those horses really getting all the benefits from this therapy system that I can provide for them. And that's also why I became an instructor, because it's rewarding. I wish I could treat every horse in our country or in the world, but reality is I can't. So when I can train people properly and produce other qualified therapists in our industry that other people can trust, I really feel that that's an outreach of my work. And so, seeing my students do so well and people I've trained is very rewarding also.
My final question for you is, again, just help educate us. You talked a lot about preventative maintenance. In addition to these great therapy modalities, working on so many horses, you've had to pick up some best practices along the way. Other things that we can be doing to keep our horses healthy and happy and not as injury prone. Can you share a few of those tips?
A lot of tips I see is that preparation is very important. But conditioning and the appropriate amount of conditioning for barrel racers is very important because it's a sprint sport. And also recovery. A lot of people may get rushed or be in their thoughts mentally from their run, and we can do a lot more with aiding the horse to properly recover. allowing them to walk more until their respiratory rates are down instead of walking them straight back to the trailer and tying them up. There's a lot of stretching aspects that we can be doing with equine athletes that, a lot of people look at stretching where it helps the muscles supple and helps range of motion, but it actually can help normalize the nervous system also when you really learn about great stretches to incorporate. Being aware of what topical products we use, making sure that what we're paying for is labeled on those products and we understand the ingredients going into the body, making sure that that's beneficial also. So there's a lot of preparation and recovery and things that we can do throughout their training program that I would like to see more consistency of, because everyone gets so busy. And if we can keep our horses' programs very consistent, we're going to see better benefit. And also looking for people who are qualified to work on our horses, no matter what industry, no matter what modality that you're using, no matter if it's an equine body worker or a therapist. In my case, for AccuScope therapists, is making sure that those people have proper training, that they're doing right by your horse, that they're following the FDA guidelines if there's one in place or manufacturer specifications, because it's about ensuring safety and efficacy of those treatments in our industry. And so when we ask questions and when we require more of the people that touch our horses and work with our horses, we increase the standards as a whole in the industry. And we have the power to do that as owners, as trainers, and even therapists ourselves also. So continuing education is something that I'm a big believer in, and I do it myself every year. And I had to do that even to start my work on the sports side. Also, I really had to get more credentials. So, I think putting that all together and really educating, growing together through education just makes the whole industry better.
Very, very well said. Thank you for taking time away from your busy therapy practice to educate us, and thanks for being at Pink Buckle.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure being here, and you guys run an amazing event, and we really appreciate it, being able to be here.
Okay, well, back to the barrel racing.